sense of momentum created? I mean, even in practice today from the win yesterday?
I think we just have to be smart. I think certainly mentally, we're in a good place. But I think, we have to protect these guys' bodies. And so, it was more film work. It was some look back and some look forward at Texas Tech. We don't want to lose momentum by not continuing to be a better basketball team and work on some things that we need to work on. So I think there's things like we can continue to get better at screening. So showing them when we screened how good a shot opportunities we got versus when we didn't. But I think we also have to be careful during this stretch. We obviously have a short bench and a lot of games in a short period of time. So being really mindful of recovery, and these guys are excited about cold baths and massages and things like that.
Coach, do you talk about not getting too high or too low? Like, do you worry at all about coming off of a win like that?
Well, the thought for the day was about consistency, and so we certainly know a week ago the message was different, or let's say 9 days ago, and so I think, we know what it is to be at the bottom of the standings, and we just got to keep working our way up, and we've got to win every day. And take the approach of 1-0. And so I know these guys know what it felt like a week ago. And if you get too high after a good week, it's easy to be humbled with a bad week.
Sarah, was that maybe a glimpse of what this team can be? I mean, just in terms of, seemed like pretty much everybody produced.
Yeah, I very much think so. I think you see us growing each and every game, and at the end of the day, we just want to be playing our best basketball in March. So I think it's all starting to come together.
And on the three-point shooting, is that contagious?
I mean, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Less excited for you to see Jordan go off and have the game that she did, for you playing alongside her. What was that like?
I mean, it's amazing because at the end of the day, there's going to be a game where me, Jamie, and Jordan are all hitting shots at the outside. So, I mean, to see Jordan shoot like that, I mean, I know she has it in her. So it's just that one night when we're all hitting shots, it's going to be scary.
Now, listen, you played against Vivian Gray in a couple of different uniforms now for a long time now. What's the strength of her game, and what do y'all have to stop about her?
I feel like she kind of has a lot of things to her game. I mean, she's kind of like that energy player for that team. They kind of feed off of her. So I feel like if we do the things that we need to do, stick to our scout, limiting her shots, at free throw line extended, free throws, all that, I feel like we should play perfectly fine.
Nicki, does it come down to stopping her?
It's not just, you want to make her inefficient, the same way you look at Ashley Johns. Like, they're going to score because they take the lion's share of their team's shots. And she's, it's hard to keep a player from taking a shot, but do we get a contest? I think Lyssa's length can bother her. She's struggled from the three-point line this season. Not that that's ever been the strongest part of her game, but, she's so comfortable off the bounce when she gets in the rhythm at 15 to 17 feet. She'll post some. And they move her around a lot. A lot of the things they do, they isolate her. They'll isolate her on the block when she plays the three. They're going to isolate her more on pin downs and things like that when she's at the four, just to create separation and space for her, depending on her matchup. And so, she can get on a heater like she did in the first half against Kansas, and, your goal is just to contest. But I think, they're a team that, in their wins, they're averaging 71 points a game, and in their losses, 57. So sometimes it doesn't come down to one player. It comes down to, are you making her inefficient, and are you guarding the rest of them well? Because they're a team that doesn't run. They're a team that doesn't make a lot of threes. But if they start making threes, they can be dangerous.
Nicki, do you feel better about holding a lead at 30?
Hey, I said from the beginning that kid could go off and we could still win the basketball game. I mean, Iowa State proved that the next week when she had 38 against them, and Iowa State wins it. I thought, the uniqueness about Oklahoma playing them was their ability to play such contrasting styles, one that wants to slow it up and pound it inside, and one team that wants to play fast and shoot it. And Oklahoma just didn't shoot it very well. I haven't watched the game. I've obviously seen some highlights because, she's certainly the talk of Twitter, and good for her. She's a great finisher. But I saw Liz Scott fouled out in 9 minutes against her, so
Oh, wow.
Oklahoma didn't have any size. They absolutely didn't have any size. So, they needed to make threes, and I think I saw that Skylar Van went 0 for 7. So, hopefully she goes 0 for 7 the next time we play them.
Melissa, coming into the year, y'all talked a little bit about how you hope that maybe whenever you started hitting threes, that things would open up a little bit more for you on the inside. Have you seen that at all, or do you feel like teams are still really packing it in and trying to shut you down in the post?
I definitely feel like they're still packing it in and, like hugging me in the post half the game. But I feel like the more we progress at the three, they're going to have no choice but to expand it and go out and play the three. So the more we keep improving, the more open I'm going to be.
Melissa, and maybe you had trust in them anyway, but has it been good to see the team win maybe when you're not at your best?
Oh, absolutely. Like you say, it's a team. Like, we're a team at the end of the day. When I'm not at my best, we're supposed to have a player that's going to go off. That's the lovely part about everyone playing D1 basketball. Like, we're here for a reason. Everybody has talent. So when I do have an off night, I do expect my team, go for 20, go for 30.
How good has that been to see Queen do what she's done this last week?
That's great. I mean, she started out in a slump, and we talked about it. So just to see her finally getting out that slump, finally enjoying the game of basketball again, is good for her.
How would you compare just mentally where you are now to where you were coming out of the COVID break? I know that y'all had a lot of things you were working through. How do you compare maybe now to that point in time?
I feel like we're on a high right now, but I hope we don't, get too high on that high. We still got to maintain, like, that good mental state. We still have a lot of games to be played, so we can't get too excited just winning 2